what's new.
A little bit more of adjustment there, a little bit more up here. So it's just a waiting game, y'all, a little at a time, right? Hey, good morning, y'all. Well, it's the day after my crazy video. Yeah, I'm feeling much better. And yes, I took the day off yesterday and just kind of had to regroup my brain. So it's all good. So far I've gotten out here this morning. I've already mowed the dog's yard and got their yard looking good again. And I've been over here working on this little project. Now, I want to say first off, thank everybody for all the support on that video. You know, that really meant a lot to me. And that really made a huge difference in my mental attitude this morning. So I am going to do my best, and for y'all and for myself, for the most part, to try to get back to that happy-go-lucky self. Okay. After reading a lot of the comments on that video, I realized you're right, and I kind of lost part of myself in this whole thing. So I'm going to get back to that, and I'm going to work real hard to get back to that and show you that that all the things that I preach about changing the brain and retraining the brain and teaching yourself to get back to that, you know, to get to that point. So if you haven't been to that point, that it's possible to get to that point. I'm talking about the happy part, you know, and it's possible. So no matter what your situation, it is possible. And you know, it's kind of funny that that I had my little, I'm gonna call it my mental setback. Yeah, you know, major brain fart in this, so to speak, you know. So that's what we're calling that now. Okay. So it's not a squirrel moment, it's not nothing, it's just your brain has a big old fart and all of a sudden you can't think right. So anyway, that's what we're going to call it. So anyway, a company reached out to me, and they want me to do a video. It's just a little integration, and it's about mental health, and it's about being able to go and find the help when you need it, when you just can't do it yourself and you need that someone to talk to and help you get through something. That's what it's about. And I'll be sharing all that information in the next few days about that. So I hope y'all go and watch that video. The rest of the video will be cool, but it's an integration there, so it's only going to be about 60 to 90 seconds. But at least gives you some info to where you can get some help. If you can't get out and about to you know, to see somebody, to talk to somebody or what have you like that, they have counselors online that can help you with that, and it's called BetterHelp. And from everything I've done the research on for this company, it's a really good deal. Now, I have done some work in Florida when I was in the construction in Florida for a therapist company. You know, that's what she did, is she hired therapists to help kids and help people get through certain things. And I've seen a lot of good that she did over there. Like, you know, we've seen a couple of people come in and out of there that needed serious help with life, you know, and within a few weeks was able to come out of there and had a whole lot better attitude about life. So I know the stuff works, and it can work for you too. It's not, sometimes when you get to that point where you're just beyond helping yourself, sometimes you can go talk to somebody and that can help you get over the edge. In my particular case, y'all were the ones that helped me get over that edge. All the positive comments I got and all the positive input I got on that video, you know, I just wanted to share that with you because that was real, and that's what I aim to be on this channel, is real. I don't want to want to show you a whole bunch of stuff that isn't me. You know what I mean? I want to be straight up with y'all, and if I'm having great days, I'm going to show y'all I'm having great days. If I'm having bad days, that's what I'm going to show y'all. So anyway, again, thank you all very much for that. So anyway, here we go. Here's what I've been working on this morning. So you know, we got the grass mowed. I come over here to this side of the shop and prepping this side of the shop. I still got some more to go on this side, because as you know, this is where all the water was piling up and the dirt was piling up. And so I'm trying to get this set up now to where I can set up this other carport over here and make this work for storage over here. So I can get a lot of that stuff out of the shop that's just sitting there that I don't use on a regular basis, but it can be outside, you know. It ain't gonna hurt nothing for it to be outside. So the other carport is long, so I'm planning on putting it off of this corner right here and coming out this way. That's my thoughts behind it. This way, this one can drain here, excuse me, and the rest of it can drain that way. So I will have a little ditch that'll flow right off of this side, so when the water comes off of it this way, it'll hit right here and it'll drain out across here and around. And this way no water will sit in here. I plan on building this up a little bit with dirt and making that happen. So no, I haven't got to Bertha yet. I am going to get with Tony, because Tony does have a manual on that for me, and so I will be getting with him here today sometime. I know he's working right now, so that's why I'm out here trying to get all this other stuff done, and we will figure it out. So I'm not stressing that, not real bad anyway. I mean, when that thing does go down, yes, that stresses me a lot, because that's a, you know, that's a really big payment, and that hurts every month, you know. That's what's pretty much stopping me from getting another truck altogether. Otherwise, I would just go get another truck. But I do love my truck, y'all. Come on. Come on, this is a nice truck still. This is a Chevrolet 2500 HD. It's Bully Dog super tuned, 6-liter, 4-wheel drive. Yes, it's dirty right now, but you know, the inside is still pretty nice. I mean, I got to get this seat here done, but I mean, come on, Phil. Look at the back seats in this truck. They've hardly ever been sat in. All right. So yes, this stuff here you can buy this whole cushion and everything, the cover and everything, for like 150 bucks on Amazon, and it's a brand new seat again. So I mean, everything shuts, the doors shut good, everything runs, you know, the smooth, brand new transmission, transfer case, rear end, new tires, new brakes. So I mean, the drivetrain, except the engine, is pretty much new. So anyway, I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna keep going on this stuff here and see what else I can get done for the day, and we'll make something happen. But again, thank you all so much for that. I will be showing you some of the other stuff that I videoed the other day, that when I finally had enough of the world and I had to take that break, there'll be some stuff in there for this, for that, and in this video. So in the meantime, I'm going to get out here and keep going. All right, so let me see what I can get into. I'll see you in short. All right, well, next project we're getting into is we're going to get the liner going here for our water feature. So I'm pumping it out right now for all that rain. It filled up pretty deep, and as you can see, it's pretty full. So we're going to pump it down, and then I got to get my other filter lid out of there, and I'm going to stretch the liner out here in just a second while this is pumping down, and see how big the liner is, and see how much space we can cover with it. So let's get to that part. We'll be back. All right, so we got our pump down, got our other plastic pulled up here a little bit, and now we're about to bring the liner around here and see how well it fits in this hole, and see what we've got to do to modify dirt and what have you like that underneath. And then so we'll see what we got there.
Out of space, building a homestead at our own pace. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. From the four-wheelers we're fixing to tiny house dreams. Every day's a challenge, but it's sweeter than it seems. Downsizing our life, but living more free. Come along, share this life with me. Welcome to Junktojems.
Alright, so now we got our liner set in the hole. Now we're just going to fill it, fill this part, and just start filling it as it comes up to where we can start pulling on the sides and what have you like that, and that'll keep the bottom in place so that we know about where we're going to be coming up here. So technically we really needed another liner to finish all this plastic. We thought it was going to work with plastic, but it's just not happening. So because we've got to cut around these trees and what have you like that, so we're going to make a split that goes down through between the two there, and that way it'll keep our banks nice and high and keep that part sweet. But as you can see, it looks like we can come up here quite a bit with this right here. So by the time we get the trees and get it split in half right there with the trees, and be able to come up the trees a little bit on the sides, and then we're going to cover all that with rocks in the middle right there on that little island. So like I said, technically we need another liner about the same width, but a little bit no, about the same size would probably do perfect, if maybe a little bit smaller. So let's see what we got, and we'll measure it out and see what's happening. All right, we've had about 10 or 15 minutes. See about now? We got to figure out how that's going to roll up there once it pushes them sides in right there. Once it starts pushing that bank up there, and then we'll be able to figure out where that's going to split for the trees. You can see it starting to push the bottom in nice. Got a tree frog down in there. He's not sure what to think about this. He's like, man, I had that pond all set up just for me too, man.
Where? Where is he?
Right down there. Don't even try to get him. All right, so Mary's been working over here on figuring out where her falls are going to be and how that's going to lay out up there. So it's just a waiting game, letting it keep filling up. It's getting there. So a little at a time. Once it gets up, so right in there where the water is going to flow into it. We're not sure if we're going to have the water fall into it, which I think it's probably just going to run into it. I think that might be the best, right? Because we're going to hear all the water falling noise from back there. So we don't really need to hear any water falling noise up here, other than that the little one. But then you're not going to have any depth to it at all. All right, we've had her filling for a little bit now. Let's see how deep our water is here. About 14 inches deep right there so far. So this will be a really nice little pond when it's done. This will be a really sweet little pond. Yeah, so looks like we're gonna have to get us another liner to do all of that up there, because that rock up there where the pipe is, right in there. That's going to have to get, you know, a little bit higher in order to get us the waterfall feature that we're looking for. And you see where this corner ends right here, and then that corner is going to end pretty much right in there, right about there somewhere, after we cut it back to the trees. And then we've already got the seal tape for it, so we can seal the seam up right there and make it happen. But again, we figured we'd go ahead and get this part filled so that we know how it's all going to settle in here. And then, you know, obviously all of the outside edges is all going to get covered in rock and built up a little bit, and you know, and help keep the excess water from the yard coming in here. And also, you know, for aesthetics, you got to make it pretty. But at least the pond liner's going in now and she's getting filled. So again, it's just time, a little at a time. We keep tinkering with it and kind of figuring out what, you know, how it's all gonna work out and flow right. Again, this is our first one, our first big one anyway. I know Mary's never done one. I've done those few little waterfall type deals, but nothing of this grandeur. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this comes out. This ought to be very cool. And who knows, might have to find us a few goldfish or a few koi fish that can handle the cold, you know. We figure it's deep enough that once we put, because we are going to put some rocks down in the bottom of this and build this up a little bit and have them some hiding spots underneath there for predators and what have you like that. And also, who knows, I might even at some point get a solar heater for it, so that we can drop a solar heater down inside there for the winter time, so it doesn't freeze, you know. And also you know, helps the fish from freezing. You know, even though I know they can handle it, but you know, I don't know what, I've only seen koi fish really in Florida, so, and I know the cold doesn't get that extreme in Florida, so I don't know how they would do up here, you know, with the temps that we get here. Even though they do get a lot colder and we do get more snow than Florida, because we never got any snow in Florida. And but I do know that you know, they can handle a certain amount of temps, but I'm just not sure for how long, you know, and what period. So we just thought maybe if we build a little shelter area inside there for them, and maybe put the heater like inside that little area, that they could go somewhere and get a little warmed up if they needed to. You know, them solar heaters, they just run off the sunshine, and you know, doesn't cost you nothing. So, and you only have to turn it on, you know, a couple times a year. So we thought maybe we'd check into that. So if any of y'all are listening out there and solar heater companies, y'all want to do a sponsorship with us once we get this set up, let us know. Well, we'd be more than happy to try one out and see how it works. So anyway, you know, that'll be sometime down the road anyway. Right now we're trying to get all this part done here, and then we've got this other little feature that we want to put in here so that we can hear water falling off of this edge as well. I think that'll be very cool. So let's see what happens. A little bit more of adjustment there, a little bit more up here. So it's just a waiting game, y'all, a little at a time, right? Just gotta keep letting her fill up. So I'm gonna give her about another 20-30 minutes and come out and check her again. We'll be back. All right, well, we're gonna call it on this video for today. So now you have to come back and check it out. You're gonna have to come back and see part number 48. I don't know. It might be, I don't know how many parts it's gonna be, y'all. But it is looking cool. You know, I can't sit and wait all day for this to fill up, but at some point we will give you the full version of this, you know what I mean? Like, I'll break it down and time lapse it and all that kind of stuff, showing everything that we've done, you know, with it. So This way you don't have to, for some of you that just want to see just the pond build, you'll have a full video on all those steps for it, should I say. And this way, if you wanted to try one yourself, you could do it yourself. Ours, you know, we just happen to have, we got lucky and had Bertha sitting here to dig a nice deep hole, and we already had some somewhat trenches built in this area, you know, that were naturally in this area. So we just, all we had to do was kind of modify those a little bit. And, you know, we had all the rocks up here. As you can see, some of the big boulders we got up here. It's going to be very cool when we get her done. And again, when this is all said and done, I will put all the pieces of the video together all at once. So you can see it start to finish and how it goes. But until then, thank you all again for hanging out with me the other day and having my back on all that. I feel so much better. I feel like I'm rejuvenated, revived. So don't forget, like and subscribe. Come see us at Junktojems, because you never know what kind of junk we're going to turn into a gem. All right, we'll see y'all soon. Thanks, guys.